Hey Scorpio, what's up? We are here with a timeless reading. What I was seeing in the pre-shuffle was Two of Pentacles and Ten of Cups. So this can be you like wanting to prioritize your happiness right now, or like your pursuit of happiness. So it can be like focusing on what's important, but especially on an internal level for you. That can be like a really big focus, like what's going to work for you on an emotional level. Not that all the other stuff doesn't matter, but that can just be sort of primarily where you're putting your attention. But it does feel like needing to like prioritize that or figure something out about it. So you can be asking yourself, like, does this make me happier? Will this make me happier? Is this like really what I want? Like on an internal level, like that sort of thing. So we are starting off with Seven of Swords, but I'm seeing Temperance on the bottom of the deck. And so what this is feeling like to me is that whatever it is, whatever your saboteur looks like, whatever your shadow looks like when it's popping up, you may really be feeling that currently. So this can be like, it's like the little devil on your shoulder. It's like those thoughts that you don't want to hear, where it's like, leave me alone, please. Like, I don't need to be worrying about this. I don't need to be stressing about it. But it's sort of about how the mind can sort of like turn itself inside out, but in a way that you may not appreciate or you may not want. And so I feel like this is coming up to bring awareness of this, because when this happens, it can be like we can feel suspicious, we can feel paranoid, we can feel uncomfortable, we can feel like we need to protect ourselves unnecessarily. You know, we can feel these perceived threats that aren't actually a threat, but that's how we're interpreting it because we're in this space. And having Temperance come out, this is like, how are you going to handle that? How are you going to manage that? How can you be with that and not go down with it, you know, or because of it? It's just part of with Scorpio placements, it's part of the territory. It comes with the territory because you're so sensitive that things can really get turned around sometimes when you're feeling triggered in some way, which you probably are. So Hermit's just reflecting on this. So you may also be becoming more aware of like what your personalized version of self-sabotaging looks like. Because the more you understand it, the less control it's going to have over you. All right. I feel like you have a choice here. So this isn't just you dealing with your shadow here. It looks like there's somebody else involved, because to have this can be like up to something, your shadow being up to something. And I feel like you're being split in two directions, where it's like you can go off and do that, or maybe you can be vulnerable about the way that you're feeling. And it looks like that's a choice here. Like, am I going to be deceptive about how I'm feeling, or am I going to do like a shadow move here, or am I going to be vulnerable? Am I going to be authentic? Am I going to be just myself here and let myself be seen? And I feel like that's the choice here. Like, which one do I do? This has to do with something that you're currently investing in, is what I'm seeing. Like, there may be a part of you that wants to say something to someone, but I think you're gaining awareness that this is like your shadow coming up, wanting to communicate with them, and that's like not you. I mean, like, it is you, but it's your ego, you know? So it's not like really you behind it, but it may be telling you that it is. We're gonna get more and see. It's a decision about what you want. long term, and the discipline that it takes to acquire that. Having the Emperor come out in this way, it feels like sort of needing to moderate here. Like, be a moderator with your shadow that wants to come out and show up and be talking to someone here. But having the Emperor, this is about needing to sort of be like mindful and be disciplined in the way that you're communicating. I want to get a clarifier for the Seven of Swords. See what this is really looking like. Oh, some of you, you're in your head about a relationship. Can we clarify Seven of Swords? So this is something that happens when you get stressed out, overwhelmed. It's like regressing back into like old patterns and stuff. That's what I'm seeing here. It's like wanting to like hide away or like not do things in a kosher way. That's what I'm seeing. This feels like it's triggered by stress, like a stress reaction that you're having here. The more awareness you have, like this reading is so important. The more awareness that you have, the more you are going to have a say in what's going on, rather than your shadow popping up and being like, I'm gonna take it from here, like sit back and let me drive for a minute, you know, and then is gonna wreak havoc on everything that you have going on. Because I was seeing Seven of Pentacles, so like this is something that you've been investing in, right? It's not just the beginning, you're like very much in the middle of something here. But I'm seeing, because you're feeling stressed out, your shadow is popping up and maybe trying to like, let me have the microphone here, I want to say something. So that's what I'm seeing is going on here. Information, conversation about a path that you are currently traveling down. I'm seeing you spend time reflecting on this. It's like you get information coming through and being like, well, we're done doing construction over there on that pathway, so you can walk down it if you want. And I'm seeing you sort of looking at it and spending time reflecting on it, but I'm not seeing you necessarily did anything with it yet. So you're just sort of becoming aware that like that pathway is available. To have Page of Wands, though, it would show that there's an interest in taking that route. But to have sorry, I'm hearing a bunch of different zodiacs. To have the Hermit here, this shows that you may not have taken a step yet. You're sort of still in that like mentally, I'm reflecting on this and being like, why do I want to walk down that path? And like, is that something that I should be doing? Or like, what would that entail? You know, like all of the stuff that Hermit thinks about, just rolling all of this over in your head. This can also have to do with somebody that you're working with too. And how times have changed. I'm seeing Aries. I'm hearing Gemini, Scorpio, Virgo. Maybe you're learning more so how to ground your energy rather than being reactive. Because when the Death card came out, I was seeing the King of Cups, and that's feeling like sitting with things rather than feeling like you need to be reacting to them all the time. And just having things become very chaotic. Yeah. I feel like you're also getting to see too, like how you're changing as well, that like even though certain things are popping up for you, you don't need to give it the microphone, really. Like you don't need to let it take control or take charge here. So I'm seeing your shadow pop up. I'm seeing you getting more information about that. I'm also seeing that I'm seeing like your shadow sort of be exposed even by the information that you're gaining and learning. So I don't know like how exactly you're getting this information, but this can be you having conversations about this, or even like clarifying this to yourself. Then I'm seeing there be communication about sort of the potential of getting something started here that you could, it seems like you're interested in doing this, is what I'm understanding here. Because this isn't just an Ace of Wands, this is a Page of Wands. So this is like there's opportunity and there's interest there. And I'm seeing a decision that needs to be made. So I feel like you need to communicate something with another person, but because I'm seeing Hermit here, you may not have said anything to them yet. You may still be thinking about it. Having Nine of Cups and having Death card, this means like sort of what I wanted before is going through a bit of a reform or transformation, and it's changing. I want different things now. So it's like your heart is requesting different things for you. And you could find too, again, that like what you wanted before, that's what like the old versions of you wanted, and you want something different now. That's going to resonate with you more. And I'm seeing it have to do with like more long-term stuff, because we're seeing the Emperor here. So there's like a change here that I'm seeing where there's more of a development and there's more of thinking about your future here. And I'm seeing the Ace of Swords. So it feels like that's very clear. Like in you thinking about what it is that you want, you're going for something more long-term that may be different. Maybe in the past that wasn't something you cared about. Now I'm seeing it be something that you care about. But that also means that you have to be like disciplined and sort of show up in a bit of a different way than you had been showing up before. So you're sort of like flexing this more mature, disciplined, like hard-working energy where it can be like I'm making sacrifices now, where I'm doing the hard work now, but it's going to pay off because I know that there's going to be a payoff for it, you know, like later down the line I'm going to get that thing that I want because of this, or now I'm building a really solid foundation. And I'm seeing you be clear on that. And I'm seeing you just be sort of like observing yourself as you're moving through this process, and knowing too that whatever this was in the beginning, it was your shadow popping up, and that's what I'm seeing. So maybe something, something stressed you out. You had your stress reaction, and it was your shadow popping up, being like, I'm here to protect you. Don't you worry. But like, you don't need to. You just need to manage your stress effectively. Because I feel like with the Seven of Swords, it's going to set fire to what it is that you're trying to establish and create right now. And being the Emperor, it's about you showing up and being disciplined and like showing up consistently. That's also the thing with the Emperor too. And it's about how your hard work really will pay off, and that you're building something bigger in your life right now. Emperor has to do with your legacy. So it's about like you building a life where you look at it, you stand back and you're like, wow, look at me and look at what I built. Like I love my life, and I love what I've created within it. But it's not easy to do that. The Emperor is about self-mastery, and I feel like this is specifically about self-mastery over the things that sabotage what you have going on. And that's all what's being reflected on currently. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. Yeah, what I'm seeing is that what you're currently working on, you're going to get to a point, it's not too far up ahead. Like, I'm seeing this be in the very near future where you are going to really enjoy something that you've been putting energy into. And it's going to feel very, very rewarding for you. And I feel like that's going to be like a huge reinforcement of why you're doing all of this right now. Okay? So just stick with it and keep going. Okay, I want to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.